Yes.
Yeah, right.
So this has a effective date of January 1.
You're looking at the Boy Scout one.
Yes,
Yes, it does
I
do.
understand that.
And the Cubs started last June already.
Started last June. So that means the Weeblo program is already in place.
I'm not
Working
sure,
on
I
it.
don't know what got grandfathered and what didn't. That's a good question. Yeah, Stephen.
To answer that question, for this year alone, the Arrow Light Scouts, so the 5th graders, had the option to continue using the old Weeblos program. Every other Cub Scout level switched to the new program this year.
Right, so the Weeblo 2
Might you
have the
old
option
program.
of doing either or.
Yeah,
Okay,
most of them will continue with the old program
Okay.
because they've been working on it for 4 years.
okay.
It's just easier to finish out, but every other Cub Scout den will have switched to the new Cub Scout requirements.
Okay, great.
Is it also optional this year as far as either a February or March transition to the troop?
That's always up to the pack and the troop when that's going to happen. We have some that actually just crossed over last month. Some that do it in February, some in March. So that's always up to the pack and when they want that to take place.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks. And then I know that they've changed other things too, their belt loops and other things. And I did not go into all the details about each of the levels, each of the, the wolves, the bears, and see what their changes are. I didn't see all of that. I just went through some of these and got the overview. So that's what you got now is an overview. If you are interested, of course, that website link that I gave you will go into a lot of detail. If you need to. Do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say? No, okay, I see you nodding, because you know all this already, so.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If you wanted to share anything, help yourself.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna be done with PowerPoint here. So, let's talk about Boy Scout ones. So, I gave everybody a 20-something page handout, 23, 24-page handout, and I liked this one because it was a side-by-side listing of what changes. So I just went through it myself and highlighted what I thought would affect me. Yeah, sure. Anybody else want one in their hand after all? Okay. So I highlighted what I thought would be affecting me as an assistant scoutmaster and our scoutmaster in our troop. So here for the scout rank requirements, notice that they have to repeat from memory the oath, law, motto, scout slogan. That used to be a 10-foot requirement, where in scout rank they used to have to talk about it. Now they have to memorize it as a scout rank. And I think because, if I remember correctly, the new Weeblo Arrow of Light has them memorize it already. So they should come to the troop already knowing it. And by the way, the oath that the Cub Scouts use is the same as our Boy Scout oath now. So they don't have to change, they don't have to learn a new one. The Cub Scouts are using the one that we've always used. That's the Scout oath from now on. For everybody. So explain what Scout Spirit is, explain why the Scout salute, sign, and handshake should be used, whatever. So it's got the first Scout badge, first class badge. Repeat from memory the outdoor code. That's a new Scout rank. I'm going to have to memorize the outdoor code. Haven't done that yet. I've said it many times, but I've always had it on that little card. So we're going to ask the kids to memorize it as a scout. Pledge of Allegiance and explain its meaning. So we're going to go a little deeper into the Pledge of Allegiance now, emphasizing citizenship there a little more. Describe how the troop provides its leadership, 4 steps in advancement, and how the Boy Scout ranks are earned. More, second page, more Scout rank stuff. Describe what merit badges are and how they are earned. So our training for Scout rank kids is going to end up having to be a little more broad, isn't it? We have to describe what merit badges are and how they can earn them. We have to make sure that they can explain the patrol method and describe how it's used in your troop. In other words, we better be using the patrol method as much as we possibly can, right? Now for Scout rank. Tie a square knot, 2 half hitches, and a taut line hitch for the Scout rank. Not second class, Scout rank. And they should have done those, by the way, if they're in the new program on their, Webelos 2 side of things for their arrow light. They do practice those knots. For scout rank, show how to whip and fuse. We're pushing everything up pretty early. Pocket knife safety, scout rank.
But
Earn the cyber chip award for your grade, scout rank.
pocket knife safety one should already be covered because they should have earned their woodland chip.
They very well could have, should have. You're going to have guys though who join in the 5th grade
We're never in Cub Scouts.
and never in Cub Scouts, right? Right. So, yes, ideally, they'll probably have some of that, but we're bringing new guys in. Don, you look like you're skeptical.
What type of training are they giving Cub Scout leaders these days?
That's my question.
Typically, you can barely get a den leader to run a den meeting, much less learn how to use map and compass, tie knots, and do all this other stuff.
That's why I say we may end up being called to
Well,
help
I'm
with some of this
just
stuff.
looking at, I mean,
I'm gonna
there's
piggyback
hardly any
on
den
that.
leaders that come to these meetings, so I don't know how they're going to, I mean, we have trouble getting trained leaders to do the stuff at the Boy Scout level, much like some, I'm just asking. I mean, now we gotta take the pack and start bringing them into
The
this.
time period for scout rank now drastically elongated. Because usually you could accomplish it in like a
First outing.
weekend or something,
First outing.
and now you've extended it probably at least 30 days.
Is there
I
a
don't
time
know.
limit to become a scout, like Tenderfoot, you gotta be 3 months or?
Oh, I don't think so, I don't think so.
No.
The way I was looking at the Cub Scout one, they were saying, heck, your guys, the guys that Webelos 2 that come over here should practically be ready for scout rank on day 1, is what they're saying.
Maybe with a high functioning
With a high functioning pack,
pack.
yeah, and a Webelo leader, yeah.
Well, I guess I got two questions,
Yeah.
just looking through everything with the scout rank.
Mm-hmm.
They still only have basically a scoutmaster conference in here.
For the scout
Now-
rank, yeah.
Maybe I've been misled, but I always thought scoutmaster conference was kind of getting information and that, not necessarily re-policing everything, which is what a board of review, so then
Yeah.
there's no policing done with this rank at all?
Saying,
Well, I mean,
Well, I'll
you
bet
know,
they'll-
in terms of.
their books will have things checked off.
Right, but, you
Just
know,
like
it's
every other
still
rank.
always been in a board of review, okay, well, if you do know the, you know,
Yeah.
oath, law, and motto, let's repeat them.
I-
I mean, do we have that ability then and hold them back from that, or?
I would say that's how you do things in your troop, you know, if you trust that the boys have come along and gotten all their skills and you don't wanna, you maybe retest them before they're, maybe you have a troop guide or something, testing them once before, that's up to you how you wanna do that, I'm sure.
And then I guess, maybe Stephen can add light, so, cause I've got a couple right now that basically have started the scout rank requirements, and they may have one or two things with the tenderfoot. How does this roll? Oh, it's not.
We'll cover that.
Okay.
I do have something about how to cover it, okay? And when and where it rolls in, and if they've done this already, then don't do this.
Yeah,
and
how
all
do
that.
you
Yeah, I got that.
differentiate, you know?
Yeah, we'll do that next. That'll be next. So, okay, we hear some concerns, the Cubs have to be better trained, or we're gonna end up picking up all the pieces, fine, and that's the way it is anyway. But earlier, I think, in the program, yeah.
A comment, I read through all these, I took the liberty of reading them straight away as soon as, well, everything's getting going.
Well,
And
we were
aside-
talking about other things. yeah.
Aside from the, yeah, all that
I'm
other
teasing
stuff.
Steve, yeah, all that other garbage, yeah.
Aside from the stuff for the change to the new scout rank requirements, it really looks to me like the,
The
you
rest
know, things
isn't
like
significant.
demonstrate the practical use of the square knot, the use of 2 half pitches and so on.
Yeah,
I read that to me more of they codified it in the book.
right,
What,
things we should have been
what
doing
good
anyway.
leaders have had those boys doing all
Yep.
along.
Yep,
And so for most of you,
Yep.
it's not gonna be a big change.
so we have a little ramping up to do maybe on the front end to get to the scout rank, applying some skills. And we'll teach them if necessary, and if they come already arrow lighted with the new way, they'll have learned. So, I don't think they'll kill it.
One camping trip and they'll demonstrate everything
They'll
that's
get it
needed
all,
in it.
yep, they can, yep. So Tenderfoot, I'm looking, tell how you practice the outdoor code. Demonstrate appropriate methods of safety cleaning, safely cleaning the things you've used to prepare a meal. We've always said, tell me how, now we say demonstrate, so that's not critical, that's not huge. Demonstrate a practical use for the square knot. We used to say, talk about it, now we say, show me. Demonstrate a practical use of 2 half hitches, fine, pull up a 10. Same with the taut line hitch, you know, we can, they have to demonstrate now the practical use